welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's another cooking video, but I've been cooking this whole week, so I might as well share them with you guys. Today I'm gonna make chiles rellenos, and we're probably gonna eat around like 6. So it's 4:21 right now. I am gonna use poblano peppers. Okay, you're gonna rinse them off and then add them onto a comal or a pan to get toasted. And how I do it is, so I get my comal and then I put foil, and so that the pieces of the chili don't get stuck onto this, and then everything will taste like chile. So that's what I do that for. You're gonna want to toast them until they look like the skin's like kind of see-through, almost like kind of just crunchy. But I'll show you guys what they look like whenever they're ready to be put into a bag. The recipe that I'm gonna do today is for 5 chile rellenos. Okay, 5 chile rellenos. And this is how I always do it. This is my mom's recipe too, guys. I learned everything from my mom, so if you make it, just know that's how my mom makes it and that's how I make it. So here we go. Okay guys, the chiles have been toasting for a while now, so what you want to do next is grab the little bag that you got them in or you bought them in, and you're gonna put them in there. This is what they look like. Nice and toasted, roasted, whatever you want to call it. And then just put them in the bag. So those ones aren't done yet. They still need some of the sides are still like kind of like not, like kind of, they don't look kind of cooked. So they just look kind of still like dark green. You want them to look a little lighter than the dark green that they are. And once you have them all in here, you just roll the little bag up. So it's like this. You just roll it. And what I like to do is grab a rag and kind of just roll them in there like this, so that they sweat better and the heat stays like in there. So there's my chiles. For the complete recipe that I'm going to be making today, you're going to need flour, chiles poblanos, 5 if you're going to follow this whole recipe, 5 chiles poblanos, 3 eggs, okay, that's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a pot with some oil to fry them in. I'm also gonna make some red sauce on the side that we like to put over it, like wet, like not wet, but like we like to soak it in it. Because it's just really good. And then I'm gonna make a side of rice, and I actually make my rice now in my Instant Pot because on the stove I suck at it really bad. So when I got my Instant Pot, I figured out how to make it in there, and now that's how I make it, and it comes out so good. So I'm gonna show you guys, just in case you do have an Instant Pot and you haven't made rice in it, or you want to see how I do it, I'll show you guys that part. For the rice, you will need I use the jasmine rice. You're gonna need consomate, or tomato consomate. You're gonna need tomato sauce, salt, pepper, water, of course, and that's about it, guys. And once I get to that, I'll explain it a little better, but yeah. So now we are gonna set out our ingredients and everything ready to go, so that we're not running all over the place. You're gonna need 2 plates, 1 to put flour on and 1 to put them right when they're already covered in flour. Oh guys, and you guys will also need some cheese, and whatever cheese you want to fill it with, or whatever filling you want to fill them up with. I just use Munster cheese. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's just the kind of cheese I've always ate, so that I like to buy. So that's what you're gonna need to fill them with some cheese. Okay guys, and set out enough flour according to the amount of chiles that you are going to cook so that you don't run out in the process of covering them up. Pero no entiendes tú, ¿qué? Okay guys, and now I am just adding my chiles into the bag, the ones that weren't cooked yet. So try to keep the heat into the bag so that the chiles have more heat to sweat in and so much easier to peel. And yeah. Okay guys, so now I am gonna put some oil to heat up, and I have it on really low, like a 2 if you have a stove like mine, but like low medium heat so that your oil is not too hot, and so that when you put the chile in there, the oil doesn't jump up and burn you. Okay, so I don't fry my stuff in my sunflower oil because it's expensive, and yeah. So I have this pure Western canola oil, which is what I use to fry all my stuff. So I'm gonna put some in there. Wait, let me. How much I put in there. I don't know if you can tell really how much there is, but quite a bit. Catherine needs her diaper change, so I'll be back. Okay guys, so I got hot and I took my little cardigan off, but while the chiles sweat a little longer, I am gonna make my rice. So I'm gonna show you how I make that. Okay, so first of all, you will need an Instant Pot. I'm sorry if you don't have one and I'm making you watch this, but I have been wanting one so bad and I finally got one. So this is how I make my rice. Okay, first step is to set the Instant Pot to saute, and once the oil is heat up for a little, like a minute or so, you can add in your rice. You'll need 2 cups of rice. Okay guys, and then just stir your rice around until it's browned, and this is what it looks like here. Just make sure it's changed in color a bit and it smells like rice in your kitchen, I guess. And then you will need to add 2 3/4 cups of water into your Instant Pot and stir it all around and make sure all the rice is under the water. Okay, now we are going to add 3.5 teaspoons of the tomato bouillon into our Instant Pot. Next, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce, and also you will need to add in your salt and pepper according to your taste. Okay guys, last but not least, you will put your lid on your Instant Pot. You will cancel the saute function and turn on the rice function for 10 minutes. Mine says 12, but I usually stop it at 2 minutes and let the pressure out. Now we are going to peel our chile. So yeah, let's get to that real quick. Greg, give me the chilies. It's the chilies.
Oh, it is?
What are you doing with that? That's why I told you no.
I was kidding.
Okay guys, to take the seeds out of the chiles, you can use a spoon. I don't know why I was using a fork. I probably just grabbed it randomly, but it is much easier to use a spoon. Okay guys, now our rice is ready, and I like to mix it up around so that the rice doesn't stick to the bottom with the heat once I cover it back up. Okay guys, our chiles are ready, and then I'm getting a mixer, setting it up, and a bowl to put our eggs in. This is how I take the yolk apart from the white part of the egg, and you will need to separate those, and you will see why in a second. Okay guys, and you're gonna whisk up your whites of the egg until they're fluffed up. And once they are fluffed up and they aren't runny looking or anything, you are going to add in the yolk, and like I said, mix it into that, and again until it's fluffy and mixed well.
What sound does a pig make?
Oink, oink.
What sound does a cat make?
Cat. Meow.
What sound does a whale make?
Timmy, hurry up.
Oh, that's funny, huh? Do you like that one?
No. Oh, my back. Okay guys, once all that is done, you will need to take your cheese and put it into your chiles. Usually you can just get a block of cheese and cut little sticks of cheese and place it into your chile, but I did not have that. I only had slices. I tried to roll up 2 slices of cheese to put into my chile, but it did not work because my chile got overcooked and ripped in the process of me peeling it. So here you can see me just taking out after I try to put it together with some toothpicks, and it didn't work. So I just did one, and then I placed my toothpicks into my chile, and once that is all done, pat your chile into your flour and make sure it's completely covered so that everything is nice and dry when you are ready to dip it into the eggs. Okay, now we are going to dip our chiles into our eggs and put them to fry. Make sure your oil isn't too hot so that it doesn't jump onto you and doesn't burn your chiles. After a few minutes of your chiles cooking on one side, make sure you flip them onto the other side and make sure the white of the egg is all cooked. So make sure there's no white left over and everything is kind of browned and cooked. For the sauce, guys, you will need 5 tomatoes, some onion and garlic to your liking, salt and water, and you will blend this up. And once it's blended, you would set that to cook with a bay leaf, and once it's boiled and cooked, tastes good, it's ready to go. Okay guys, the way we like to eat these is by putting down some rice first. We then put our chili on top of that, and I like to put sauce over all of that. And if you don't make the sauce, you don't want the sauce, you don't have to make it, but we do. And then don't forget to take out the toothpick so you don't choke. And that's about it for this video, guys. Don't forget to love one another, respect one another, and love the time you have with your loved ones. Subscribe, and until next time.